I think we've reestablished our transmission here. You can see continuing now westbound 210 freeway, slowing down slightly for the few cars that are on the 210 this evening, but then once he gets clearance, you can see him speeding right up, mostly hugging those left lanes, occasionally swerving over to the right, trying to lose those officers, but really they are using every ounce of freeway, every inch of freeway, I should say, at their disposal to try and keep up with this suspect, and doing an excellent job despite the extreme speeds. We're continuing to follow him at between 130 and 140 miles per hour. He is going to use every ounce of gas left in that tank as he continues this dangerous high-speed pursuit into the San Fernando Valley. He'll be coming into the valley here in just a couple of minutes. Passing through Tahunga here, again, finding his sweet spot there on that left lane, 130 miles per hour, cruising with, looks like a dark color shirt, light shorts, is wearing a helmet. If there was any kind of traffic on this freeway, CHP likely would have to give this up because of the dangerous nature of these speeds. But with only a few cars out there, they are able to navigate this light traffic and keep up with him. He has really not exceeded 140 miles per hour, and he's continuing to basically drive, other than the high speeds here, he's basically driving with minimal risk to other motorists here. Of course, one wrong move and that could all change very rapidly. But again, there's not a whole lot of cars out there, and as long as they see it, as long as they decide that it's a safe speed or safe pursuit, they can try and keep up with them. Again, they're doing about the same speed he's doing, now down to about 100 miles per hour. All the way back over to the left. Looks like he's showing signs of getting off the freeway, off of the 210 freeway at Osborne Street as he comes into the Pacoima area off the nose here. He is now on surface streets in Lakeview Terrace. And he may go through and get back on the freeway. Looks like he's getting right back on the freeway. Gets off at Osborne, gets back onto the entrance ramp of the 210 freeway, continuing through Lakeview Terrace. CHP continuing to follow not too far behind here at speeds in excess of 120 miles per hour as he continues to gas that motorcycle. He is pushing that bike to the limit here as he continues these high speeds. Again, this all started as a traffic stop wanted for speeding up the freeway out in Covina, up the 57 freeway onto the 210. He has remained on the 210 freeway ever since. Now coming up on the 118 freeway here in just about a half mile. CHP now handing this off to Altadena. They are continuing to travel at extreme speeds to keep up with the suspect. And once again, that motorcyclist getting off of the 210 freeway, this time at Paxton Street here in the San Fernando Valley, coming up on a red light, I believe, making a left turn here under the freeway, under the overpass. Those cruisers making the turn with him, and he's going to turn around. He's turning around, getting back on the freeway, getting back on the southbound side, that's going to be the eastbound 210 freeway, which is literally south. As he gets back onto the freeway, they're going to make that left turn with him, doing a full U-turn, and now getting back onto the freeway. Again, light traffic on the 210 freeway as he now reverses course, going back in the opposite direction and getting all the way back over to the left shoulder to get around even that left lane traffic there. So using that shoulder where he sees fit to try and get around whatever traffic's in his way here. But as you can see here, traffic again relatively light on a Wednesday night. You can see California Highway Patrol with their helicopter shining that night sun on that motorcycle, keeping up with him at these dangerous speeds. CHP, these new units falling back just a little bit, but they have handed it off to their Altadena division, and you can see there are at least 2 units right behind them. Passing Foothill here as he continues eastbound on the 210 freeway, now traveling back towards Latuna Canyon. Again, if you're just joining us on abc7.com and our 24/7 streaming channels, Chris Christie up in Air 7 HD as we continue to follow this high-speed motorcycle pursuit through Latuna Canyon, down the 210 freeway here with California Highway Patrol up above and not too far behind, trying to keep up with that motorcycle, trying to maintain a visual and not lose sight of him. If he continues at these speeds, he is going to exhaust the rest of the fuel in that motorcycle and hopefully be forced to surrender here, but we'll see how much time he's got left on this bike. You can see him using all 4 lanes of the freeway, swerving around anybody in his way. Traffic is relatively light here on the 210 freeway. He's been traveling westbound on the 210, reversing course in the San Fernando Valley, now getting off of the 210 freeway, this time at Sunland Boulevard. And we'll see if he continues the pattern here. Will he continue this game of cat and mouse, get back on the freeway maybe, or take this onto surface streets? Is he maybe running out of fuel? It looks like he might be running out of gas here at the exit ramp. CHP now out of their vehicles with their guns drawn. The rider is now stopped with his hands up, showing his hands, shutting the bike off and showing his hands, getting off of the motorcycle and surrendering to the California Highway Patrol after that tank appears to have run empty. 4 CHP officers now approaching the suspect with his hands and arms out, now being placed into handcuffs, and this is officially a code 4. Rider in custody and nobody hurt after a high-speed motorcycle pursuit here in Latuna Canyon, coming to an end in Tujunga. And that will do it for our coverage up here in Air 7. For Johnny Perales, Josh Zeta, I'm Chris Christie. Keep it right here on ABC 7 and tune into Eyewitness News at 11 o'clock, coming up in just about an hour and 18 minutes.